of modern commerce, it's almost certainly billionaire Warren Buffett. So what's he really like? Well, for one thing, as I found out, he likes fast food.
Fine dining in Omaha. This is it.
If you should be lucky enough to be invited to lunch
Double hamburger with just pickle.
by billionaire investor Warren Buffett,
A double hamburger with pickle?
Just pickle.
That's so...
Mundane.
No!
Oh.
That's radical.
at a shake.
Stick with me, Jane. Your eating habits will, you'll go downhill fast.
This is Warren Buffett's secret to a long and happy life.
If I want to live a long time, I should keep eating like a 6-year-old, which I do. And it works.
Here's another.
The big thing is if you're working at something you love, that has to add a lot more years to your life than doing a few extra sit-ups as far as I'm concerned.
You've had some stomach churning days.
Not very many, no. If the market is falling or something like that, that's opportunity for us. So the stock market has never caused my stomach to churn.
The stock market has been Warren Buffett's playground. Chairman, President, and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, so vast we can only show you some of its holdings. In 1970, Berkshire Hathaway began trading at $40 a share.
What is the price today?
Well, probably around 270,000, someplace in that.
Per share.
Yeah, right.
Warren Buffett's current net worth, $83 billion. Considered by many to be the greatest investor of all time, he says it's not rocket science.
I tell the students, if you've got 150 IQ and you're in my business, go sell 20 or 30 points to somebody else because you really don't need it. You need emotional stability. You need to be able to detach yourself from fear or greed when that prevails in the market. You've got to be able to come to your own opinions and ignore other people. But you don't need a lot of brains.
It's more like baseball.
I get to stand there with a bat on my shoulder and I wait for a fat pitch. If the pitcher's throwing them high and outside, I just keep waiting and waiting and waiting.
But in the meantime, you've got a stadium full of people watching.
Yeah, and sometimes they say, swing, you bum.
And if you swing and you miss, it's a headline.
I'll have a few headlines too, maybe more than a few. But in the end, I know the pitch I like. I want that one right down the middle, you know, kind of slow.
Buffett built his fortune one nickel at a time, beginning at age 7.
My grandfather had a grocery store and he would sell me 6 Cokes for a quarter and I would sell them around the neighborhood at a nickel each.
And you'd make how much profit on that?
It was a 20% profit.
And there were paper routes.
Nobody gets rich peddling papers, do they?
Well, I delivered about 500,000 papers and I made about a penny each, so it was about $5,000 I made. Although I had a pinball machine business and I had a car polishing business and I had a stamp approval business and I had a lot of different things.
Did you have a long-term plan at this point?
I was just having fun doing these businesses and buying stocks with the money that I earned from it, and I just read hundreds of books.
And one in particular, The Intelligent Investor by Ben Graham.
That book changed my life.
Because?
I finally found a philosophy that made sense.
Can you sum it up in terms that I would understand?
It really says that a stock is a piece of a business. If you buy a piece of a good business and somebody's running it for you and they're honest and able, and you pay a reasonable price, you're going to make a lot of money.
For instance, Berkshire Hathaway has a lot of money, $20 billion, in Apple.
Do you have a smartphone?
I do not have a smartphone.
With you, or you don't own one?
I don't own one. I don't need to know things instantaneously. I'm not making buy and sell decisions based on instant news. I'm making them sometimes after I've looked at a company for years and years. When we bought Apple a year ago or thereabouts, it had been something I'd looked at a long time.
But think of all the money you would have made if you hadn't looked at it quite so long.
That's true. Yeah, people remind me of that occasionally.
And you say?
I say that I make a lot of mistakes.
An optimist, even in turbulent times, the Oracle of Omaha says never sell America short.
The country has 75 million homes owned by homeowners. It has 260 million vehicles. It has great interstate highway. It has great universities. It has a superb, medical center where we are here today.
He's talking about Omaha's stunning new $323 million state-of-the-art cancer hospital and research center. It's the only building anywhere that bears the Buffett name, but not Warren Buffett's. It's called the Fred and Pamela Buffett Cancer Center. Pamela Buffett was lead donor.
I'm just the luckiest girl in the world to be able to do all what we do.
60 years ago, Warren Buffett and his wife, Susie, hired a 12-year-old babysitter, Pamela Bartling.
And if you could have seen him, like 24 now, they had khakis and a T-shirt, and that was about it.
And I worked in a little room off the bedroom, a little sewing room.
What did the Buffetts pay you?
Well, I think they were very generous.
No,
Probably
what did they pay you? 50 cents an hour?
Oh, probably 25.
If my wife paid her, she probably got paid more than if I'd paid her.
True.
A few years later, Warren saw a merger opportunity and called his cousin Fred.
Have I got a girl for you? And they took it from there.
And Fred was a savvy investor, too.
He made a small investment in this partnership I ran back in the 1960s. Berkshire came out of that.
Fred held on to the stock. Well, that's an understatement.
Constant.
Note, $10,000 invested in Buffett's original partnership in the 1960s would be worth $900 million today. Fred and Pamela Buffett built a fortune of their own until misfortune struck. 20 years ago, Fred Buffett died of kidney cancer.
I see his name up there, representing somebody who loved Omaha, who cared about so many other people.
Warren's wife, Susie, a social activist, was Pamela's inspiration.
Susie Buffett had a profound impact on my life. She believed in mankind.
You're saying she opened your eyes and opened your heart.
I think she opened my heart first, and then she opened my eyes.
After Susie Buffett died in 2004, Warren decided to give away his entire fortune.
Susie made a humanitarian out of you.
Well, she changed me in a lot of ways.
He's already pledged $31 billion to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Still a genius at making money. Spending it is another thing. He lives in the house he bought in 1958.
You're living in a starter house?
Yeah, I'm living in a starter house, and it's a happy house.
A private jet is his only indulgence. He says he'd like to be buried with it.
But the rest of my life could be lived by somebody that earns $100,000 a year.
Which happens to be his salary for running Berkshire Hathaway.
You get a salary of what?
$100,000 a year.
That's what you're paid?
Yeah.
The board of directors thinks that you're worth $100,000 a year?
Well, I don't ask them, actually. Money has no utility to me. That's why I'm giving it away, because it does have utility to other people. I mean, this country is fabulous. I've had this huge tailwind through my life because I've had American business behind my back, and this country works. It's worked magnificently. Overall, the country, our output per capita goes up and up and up. Now, how it gets divided in the last 30 years, I'm not happy with. The Forbes 400 in 1982 had 92 or 3 billion. Now they have 2.4 trillion. So they've got 25 times what they had.
The 400 really rich people.
The trickle down has not worked very well. And it's gushed upward, basically, instead. To the extent that people think our tax rates make us non-competitive in the world, I think they're wrong.
What about the argument that you cut corporate taxes, you make it easier to do business, you will grow the economy?
American business has done sensationally in recent years. They're awash generally in cash. Debt is cheap. Conditions are terrific for American business, and the country's going to do fine over time. The goal should be to make sure that every one of our 325 million people do reasonably well.
In American history, few have done as well as Warren Buffett, who made the decision to get rich at the age of 21. He exceeded his own dreams, but at 87, he's redefined the meaning of rich.
If you really want to measure how rich you are, it's how many people love you. Really, whether the people you care about loving you love you.
See, a great teacher, because that is so true. And that is what I learned as a young person from being around them.
Teacher. He'd like that inscribed on his gravestone.